maybe will not. I will maybe have like 1 or 2 classes on it. So it's mainly object-oriented programming with. Oh, yeah. Thank you for starting the recording. You should record or remind me to record each class in the beginning, because this is something that I forget very often. Okay. Yes. So where was I? Okay. So we'll do object-oriented programming with C++, and then functional programming with Haskell. We don't have much time actually, because this is going to last till say the middle or end of November. In the middle, you have some, the autumn break you have. So something a little less than 3 months. So yeah, this this course will, I think, we'll keep it kind of simple on the theoretical side, and so we'll be following some standard textbooks, which will make this thing, this course, very easy. And whatever we'll follow is available for free on the internet. So this is just let me put in chat. Object-oriented programming in C++ with Robert Lafour is our standard textbook for C++. Okay, it's in chat. And for this, for functional programming, we will use, so let me copy paste from here. For functional programming, we'll use Haskell. We'll follow Haskell, The Craft of Functional Programming, 2nd edition by Simon Thompson. Okay, so these two are your standard textbooks. All right. Okay. For yeah, we have a lab today also. Your TAs will join then. So in this course, yes. So are you free during the weekends? Do you have weekend classes this semester?
No, sir, we don't have.
So I might take where it's necessary. And okay, all right. What else? What else is there to talk about? Yeah, about the evaluation. Of course, attendance is a factor. In your lab, you'll have like weekly assignments which you'll have to do. In the course, there will be 2 exams, like 2 written exams, which will consist mainly of writing programs, 1 viva in the end, and perhaps some assignments. And one thing you do not want to do here in this course is copying, because if you do that, invariably you will be caught. I mean, so last time it was quite disappointing. The students had made some WhatsApp groups for this purpose, and yeah, in the end, some of them admitted and supplied. I mean, basically, yeah, ratted their comrades out. Anyway, so yeah, please do not copy. If you're stuck anywhere, feel free to. I mean, if you're shy to admit it in class, I understand it. So you should at least email me and tell me where you're having your difficulty or that you're having any difficulty at all, because otherwise how will I know? Yeah, so this was it. And how many of you are here already? Let me see. Okay, all 71 of you are here. So let's discuss some conceptual things. Yeah. So if you're stuck anywhere, please ask. There's some Chinese or what some African proverb that he is not a fool who does not know, but the one who does not ask is a fool. So to be on the safe side, since I don't know anything, I will ask you now. Yes. So what is object-oriented programming? Anyone? What is Manthan? What is object-oriented programming?
Sir, programming in which we make classes and then we make instances of these classes known as object, and then we put whole of the code inside them and use them for our purpose.
So like what is, thank you, you can make yourself. So someone else should tell me what are the main features of object-oriented programming and why is it needed? I mean, why are we doing this? Okay.
Sir, polymorphism and dynamic binding.
Okay.
Inheritance.
What are these?
Sir, inheritance lets a class use the functionalities of it is a relationship with other classes.
Okay.
You can extend the functionality of a class.
Anyone, anything else? Like, so why object-oriented programming?
So like in day-to-day life, we don't have all the, like we have basic data types such as int and all, but we don't have classes. Like a student is there, so a student has specific criteria and stuff. So to create such stuff and create methods for a specific work, we use object-oriented programming.
You see, how many students are there? 70 students are there here. I can very well store all your information in a few arrays also. Why not do that?
Sir, not just students, sir. Something which happens in a like a company where they store employee details.
Fine. How many employees? Let there be 1,000, several thousands. Okay, so why? We can always keep one array for storing the names, some array for the salaries. These things we can do always. Yeah, someone else, please.
So
Sir,
for
those objects
data
have
abstract.
certain functions, so they can also be defined for them. For example, we are modeling chess pieces on a chessboard, so
Yeah.
they will have certain moves for each, and there will be certain functions each piece will perform, and also the position. So we need the functionalities as well.
So you can always have some data structure for representing the state of this thing. For a state of the chessboard, then create a list of those.
But sir, if you connect those functions to the structures that have those functions, then nothing else will be able to use those like data structure specific functions. So it makes it more convenient to organize.
Looking at again and again that object-oriented programming is a like higher level of organization in your code, basically, right? You're organizing into classes. Yes. So why is this level of organization needed?
Sir, there is we can do data abstraction with object-oriented programming.
What is the core reason behind this? See, because before all this, people used the programming that you're more familiar with. It is called procedural programming. Because basically, it's a procedural-oriented thing. Okay, first do this, then do that. Maybe loop, use this function, use that function. Okay, that can always be done. So though you're learning object-oriented programming, actually in this course, whatever you will do, it can be done with procedural programming also. Okay. The need for object-oriented programming, historically, it arose due to a different reason. See, where is object-oriented programming absolutely necessary? When can you not do without it? when will like procedural programming techniques almost invariably fail? Try to work it out. Any idea? When is a very high level of organization needed?
So to make any big app for any software company or like that, where you have millions of lines of code.
Yeah, so 60s, 70s, 80s, the sizes of codes basically started growing. Now you have any standard application has few millions of lines of code. The military applications may have like ranging to a billion. Okay, so these codes cannot be done by a single person or even a small team. They need a huge team, and so duties have to be divided. So yeah, when you write the features of object-oriented programming, you'll write about security, etc. Lots of things, but all that is really secondary. I mean, it's not the no. Object-oriented programming, the aim is not to make some data like so secure that a programmer cannot access it. These people who write code for software, I mean, you will also write, but yeah. So security can be breached if required. The thing is that things are organized such that a person knows what he has to work with, what he has to do exactly, and he works inside the specific domain. And then he is also given things that are already made by others. Okay, so inheritance. I mean, so yeah, this high level of organization is incorporated only inside object-oriented programming. Otherwise, I mean, the codes you will write here always. I mean, of course, an individual must be able to do it because you have to write your codes individually. But when you write codes as a part of a larger team, then this kind of organization becomes actually necessary. So actually, it's the like object-oriented programming. The main thing behind it is because of large codes, it becomes impossible for a team to manage procedural programming code. Okay, and then also like there are things like so when the code is written according to OOP, it is much easier to modify it. Okay, in procedural programming, this will cause serious errors. Object-oriented programming, you can just use something as a base class, then do some modifications in it, and you have your new code. Okay, so these are the main features. Okay, so yeah, what can we do here? C++ programming basics, loops, and okay, C++ programming basics. Shall we do it? Or loops and decisions? Okay, yes. Okay, so yeah, so something informal. Just we'll do this and we'll stop for today. So do you know what complexity is?
Yes, sir.
What is complexity?
So it basically tells us with the increase in size of the input, what is the rate of change of the time taken to execute the code. I mean, something is order of n square, so it will be slower. It will be faster than order of n cube. It will be growing very slowly as compared to order n cube.
Okay. So you must have done basic things like sorting and searching, etc. These things you know how to do, right?
Yes, sir.
So which kind of sorting have you done?
So insertion sort, quick sort, bubble sort, uh, merge sort.
Each sort is how much the complexity? Okay,
Log
sorry?
and login.
Merge sort is n log n. Fine, fine, okay. That is okay. So you've done heap sort also, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. and you know how to make data structures like binary search trees, etc.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think this you are probably taught in your algorithms course, so non-math people will not know this. Anyone? Okay, have the non-math people joined? Anyone who is from a different department?
Yes, sir.
What's your name?
Sir, Dhaval.
Okay, so Dhaval, like, do you know how to make a linked list?
Sir, I need to brush up the skills from the like I have done it, sir, but I can remember some part. Like, sir, we used to like use pointers to link the last part of something to the next part of that object,
Yes, yes.
something like that.
Like, do you know how to make a tree, etc.?
No, sir, no, not about trees and graphs, sir.
Okay. Yes. So maybe this Saturday we'll have something on this topic. Anyway, okay. And okay, I don't. So in C or C++, have you done structures?
Sir, by structures you mean structs?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay. That's what you used for making linked list, right?
yes, sir. Linked list and trees.
Okay. Okay. And no, I mean, I think no one is familiar with functional programming at all, right? Functional programming languages are like Haskell, OCaml, etc. Do you know anything about these?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, right. All of you should download the two books that I've mentioned in chat. Yeah, from the internet. Both are available online. And yes, so there's not much to talk about for the first class today. And yeah, so from tomorrow we begin actual classes, and nevertheless we'll meet today in the lab, and I'll ask you to make something on something very simple. I am yet to decide what we'll do, but this will be easy. And okay, so one more thing, when you when you have a query, etc., you should when you want to mail me, please start the give a subject to your email, and your email should start with this. Let me write here. All emails related to the course should have a subject starting with OOSD underscore 2021. Okay. So if you do this, you should do this, because otherwise I often since we get a lot of mails, it's easy for your mail to be misplaced and lost. Okay. And yes, so right. And when you submit your lab assignments today, for example, it will be required. So the questions will come as an email from me. You will reply to that email, and you will CC to a particular TA. Like, the TA will be different for different students here, and I'll tell you who will submit to which TA. Okay. So yeah, I'll see you at 2 o'clock then.